Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I'm going to go to the marketplace and spend a little bit of DC. I got 40,000 DC and I'm going to try and find some bargains. I am going to be looking at both wild opportunities as well as what might be the future modern. And so maybe we'll be looking at Chaos, but definitely having a peek at Rift Watchers as well as Rebellion to try and see where some opportunities and fill some old gaps. If that sounds interesting, stick around and stay tuned. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next video and have an amazing day. God bless. Let's get into it. Okay, so I do have 40,000 DC, which I acquired, which is only 32 bucks, but I acquired it, I want to say maybe a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, using Coinbase Earn. And I did a video talking about how you can do that too. So if you're curious about how you can earn a little bit extra crypto with some time and effort, do it yourself. Go to Coinbase, sign up and do Coinbase Earn. And you just learn about different crypto and literally read, click, and answer, and you're gonna get free crypto. And so I did that, and that's where that 30 bucks went and came from. And so I'm gonna just spend it on some cards. And I do have some old cards that I've been missing that I never really interestingly owned. I was surprised to see it myself, to be honest, as I went through. I could make a case for wanting to move into some gold foils, but I'm not going to. The Gem Meteor Reg foil was like $2. I saw that. And this is a great card, but I have a Goldie, so I'm just going to let that be. I'm not going to try and find long-term holds in Chaos. I think we're, that's still, I do think that's plausible that we get enough player-based growth that there is a price appreciation on these prolific assets, but that's not what I'm looking for today. I'm looking to fill holes that are in my deck that are on a budget. And I do think if there was an old Chaos card that was really affordable that I didn't even have, not gold foil or reg, right? That would be in the conversation for contention. And that's where some of these come into play maybe. Like I have a max Gargoyle Scrapper on the gold. I don't have a max Carrion Shade. I think I need to. For the price point we're talking about, it's not a crucial card. But when it fits, there's certain moments where it'll fit in and it just, no other card will. 1 mana, so affordable. Death Splinter, certainly two melee can be meaningful. And how many times do you see either Super Sneak or Equal Opportunity or melee from any position? I forget what those rule sets are all called, but there's 3 different rule sets that can do that. Or the Equalizer rule set is the one actually where, Equalizer is the one where they all have the same number of hit points. So a card like this can go into the front position if it has 10 hit points because of that rule set. And so there's at least 4 different rule sets where a card like this ends up being helpful. Now, I have it at level 7, and that is where you get that second melee damage output. But going from 3 speed to 4 would be pretty helpful. And going from level 9 to level 10, getting you 1 extra hit point seems almost irrelevant in most situations. But again, for the price point, and I'm just surprised to see I didn't have these things maxed out. I think that was one example, but there might be another too. More FOID, I don't have maxed out. And more FOID's kind of a crucial one with the Thorns. I got 220 BCX built in there, and I think I got 150 extra. So I'm only a few BCX away from being done that thing. If I went like this and added it together, I would need 24 more copies to max that out. And what would that do for me? So you're getting 1 more hit point. 1 more hit point could be 1 more Thorns damage, which can be 1 more kill. That's pretty crucial actually, especially at a high level. Now, this might seem irrelevant to some players who are playing at maybe a lower level, or maybe who aren't going to play in Modern Wild at all. But I think more people are going to play in Wild as the Conclave comes in. And so maybe some of these considerations make more sense to think about now than they will later. So those are 2, Morphoid, Mycelic Morphoid, and the Carrion Shade. Those are 2 I want to look at. But then we also got to look at some modern stuff. So let's go to Marketplace now. And let's just have a quick peek at that first and foremost. Carrion, there it is right there. It's one of the cheapest cards. Carrion Shade, it's on the screen because it's one of the cheapest cards in the game. 1/2 cent if you buy enough BCX. So it's literally $2 for 400 BCX if you buy a max copy. And it's only $1.20 to get 220 BCX, which I think that might be what I need. How many did we need? Carrion Shade, where were you? So look, I have 168 and I do have more than that. I need to get the level. Okay, so I need a couple hundred. Yeah, so I'm going to snag that one for sure. Or I'm going to add it to the card, and if somebody beats me to it, then so be it. But look, it's the same price, per BCX. It's exactly what I need. It's exactly what I need in terms of BCX and functionality. And like I say, this is not a crucial upgrade for most accounts, but for the price point, literally $1, it could make the difference between a win and a loss in some condition or circumstance. And for that price point, and frankly, to finish off my Chaos Legion set, I want to get that one from a collectible standpoint. So there's that, and there's more FOID. And let's see what we can do with that. I think I might have only needed 20 BCX. Look at that. I think that was what we needed. Let's go back. More FOID, where are you at? Here he is. Reg foil or Goldie. I could do either. On the reg, I'm going to need another 24 BCX. Cancel. And on the Goldie, which would be better, I'm going to need one more card necessary to get to level 9 or 10 more cards to get to level 10. So let's try and see about 10 goldies or 21 regs. Let's see what we can do, or 24 regs. So 21 regs, dirt cheap. Almost there. Yeah. It's a literally 11-cent card. It's an 11-cent card. From my own just ease, I'm just going to click on that one. It's not the cheapest. I'm overpaying for like I'm 1/10 of a penny times 30, which is 3 pennies. I'm overpaying by 3 pennies to do that, but it'll bring my card to max. But let's also look at the gold foil on the Morphoid, because that bonus is worth considering. And we're only at 15 cents on this. So for $1.50, I could get 10 of these. Let's do that instead. And so we'll remove, so that was 19 cents. Wow. It was only 19 cents, dude, for that. Oh, yeah. That's tempting to, how can I throw back a 19-cent card? I'm going to get them both. What's the buy on this? 12 cents? Yeah, I'm going to get them both. If those are in the kit if they're still in the cart by the time we're done with this, I'm going to buy them both. Now, we don't have a huge budget. We only have $30. So I said I also want to look at some things that are going to be modern, like Rebellion cards that I don't have. And there's a laundry list of Rebellion cards I don't have maxed out. I'm obviously not going to be able to afford any sort of crazy promos with that. I don't think summoners are coming into the conversation. You know who I'd really like to get? And some more ambush. I'm finding a lot of use for ambush. So let's go ahead and search that. Let's go Rebellion or Reward. So Kai, I could maybe get a couple of you because I already have that at level 3. There it is. So I have 5 BCX. I have 6 BCX. If I could get 5 more, we would move from 3 damage to 4 damage, which is pretty meaningful and the shatter. Dude, that's pretty crucial. So that's in high, that's like on the table of interest. So right there, I could buy 6 BCX at 533 each, or I could buy, there's no easy way. Like that's the easiest way because the next one is 550, but I would need 5 of them. Then there's 3 there, but I would need 1 more, and this is 10. So from a dollar cost perspective, the actual cheapest way for me to buy that one. So I can tell you right now, although I'm interested in Kai, I'm not going to do it because there just isn't an option on the marketplace that'll move the needle. I don't want to buy 4 more BCX and bring me to 10 BCX, which is not an upgrade. There'll be no more melee. There'll be no shatter involved. So that just doesn't make any sense. That's a no. But I am still interested, really. I am deeply interested in ambush. And so what could I do with Drybone Bodog? Can I pull this guy out? If I could get 100 and not even close, hey? I was going to say if I can get 100, if I could get a max copy, I'd be interested. But we're talking 30, 35 bucks for a maxi. But 40 BCX for $9. 40 BCX brings me that second damage. Interesting, maybe. Because +1 damage output because it's archery in conjunction with Risk Aldrath, the summoner, who I use all the time. I could see that maybe making some sense. I don't think that's going to be a final buy, but I'm going to put it in the kit, in the cart. Goblin Soldier would be a huge win, but yeah, it's too desirable. There's just not enough BCX, and it's just not going to happen. Also, Chaos Jailer would be cool. There is one there for $29, but that would be the whole budget. And it might be worth it, honestly. It might be, because you get the opportunity, the ambush, the poison, and the slow. The fullness of that, because poison drops in round 0 and drops a 2-bomb if you land it, right? So you may be doing in the ambush round, you're maybe doing 2 damage plus the poison. It's not as crazy as I might have initially thought. But then, bring Lorcus for the +1 damage on the melee. It's a maybe. 25 cents per BCX is not, it's slightly above the high bid, which is an indication of a good value, like of a good price, like a low price, because the high bid really reflects, the base of interest. So that would be like I'm going to put it in the kit, and we're going to put it in the cart and see what happens. Evoker I already have, and I really like Evoker. So those are my ambush considerations. I'm a no on Kai. I have Townsend already. I have Sultry Barmaid already. Drybone doesn't go high enough, but I do have that level 4 in my cart. Let's see what happens. Also, I want to look specifically at Fire, Earth, Neutral, and nope, those are all Fire, Earth, Neutral, and I want to specifically zoom in on ranged, because like I said, I use Risk Eldrath all the time. So any of these cards are going to find a lot of usefulness for me. Dalthin Ironhood could be a really interesting consideration. And for $54, hey, that's beyond my budget. But I am intrigued to get this thing right there to level 3 damage output, level 20 BCX, because the weapon train with 3 is going to be pretty meaningful. Of course, I'd like the upgrades in speed and the redemption, but I could do without that. Again, the reason I'm thinking this through is Risk Eldrath, Archery, Risk Eldrath, the weapon train, and I use weapon train, Archery on that team to give myself more archery looks. So if any of these were real winners, I think I'm going to check and see if I have a max Nimble Duke. That could be because of the double strike. I'm going to look at Dalthin Ironhead. Let's look right now. So those are both Rebellion, and they're Archery Monsters. Let's go like this. Boom, boom, boom. And okay. So my Dalthin is only level 1. So bringing that up would be really meaningful. Now, I do currently use Ava the Undaunted for that same functionality, but Ava is a chaos card that's moving out of modern into wild, and so this is part of the preparation. This is why I'm trying to be thoughtful about making these alterations now. So this would be a really meaningful upgrade that I'm going to strongly consider. And again, what levels would be key for me there? It'd be really, really crucial to get it up to 20 BCX. And so we only have, I think I said 4 BCX. Yeah, we have 4 BCX. We need 16 BCX more, and it looks like they're $1.30 each. If I can pull off a nice 16 BCX purchase for a good price, I would definitely be about that. And then I also said I wanted to look at that neutral monster with the double strike. There he is, Nimble Duke. Oh, I didn't know I had a max Nimble Duke. Okay, that's really important as well for the same reasons. Okay, back to Peak Monsters. Dalthin. Can we get 16 B? What's it going to look like to buy 16 BCX? $27, like in my full budget. It's just maybe not on the cards right now. It's not, maybe not, like I don't want to get into this situation. Like if I could buy this guy for $54, I would be interested. Look at how fractionally larger than the high bid that is. That means it's a strong price. Again, the high bid reflects the floor of interest. And so if you get a price like that really close to the bottom, I would say that's a reasonable purchase price. But then to come in and buy 16, I'm getting, I'm paying 10% more, 15% more, 20% more, rapidly escalating into, 30% more. And it stops making sense. Now there could be a really crazy deal on the gold foil version, but I doubt it. Dalthin, where are you at? There he is. So 6 BCX. All I need is 4 BCX. But no, see that, we're 4 BCX would bring me above that price point. which is okay because it's a Goldie, but you know, my budget's tight, so that's a no. Any of these other cards really strike me as deeply important. I already have a Quillian Legionary. I have Mephit, could be a good purchase, but you know, with it being rare, I think we're going to need too many BCX to move the needle. That's on the, and also Blackmore Trickster. Okay, so let's look let's look at the, and I don't know Goblin Sniper very well. No, not interested. Swell Spore, not interested. Lackey, no. So Blackmore or Mephit, let's see. Blackmore, I would want to get you max if I could. $24. Interesting, dude. It's below the high bid. That is probably coming home with me right now. Okay. See, max copy. I don't have the card. Let's go see where I have it at. Because if I already have like a level 8, but I don't think I do. I think I have like a level 4 or something. If I don't have a level max or a level 8, 9, 10, then I'm about that, because of it's lower than the high bid price. It's an effective card. It's going to be more functional and useful and important to me as Chaos moves away from Modern, because again, I need to build out my archery kit to supply, you know, let's say reliable monsters for my main attack, which is Risk Aldrath. And so Blackmore Trickster is a strong proponent. Look at the 8 hit points, the close range, the snare can be really helpful because other people will be using Drath against me. Now it's only 2 damage, but again, 3 mana. 3 mana and 2 damage becomes 3 with Drath. And so for those reasons, I like that card a lot, especially for the price point and where it is with respect to the high bid. But let's look at Mephit too, because this is in the same vein. Again, functional, low mana, functional with Drath, archery, but it already has flying intrinsic, which is less good because I want cards that don't have the flying. So I'm adding that to them with my play, the Risk Aldrath play. But let's see, 29 BCX no, that's not important to me. See, there's no really affordable copy here. So even though Mephit is a strong card and you get the backfire and you get the crazy, you know, it is a very strong card in its own right. It is, and it's even a little cheaper. And I would like that as well. Of the two, the Blackmore Trickster is definitely the more important one. Now also, so now I know that would be the end of my budget right there if I just stopped. So Jailer is not coming home with me because that's going to take up too much of my money. And I think Dry Bone is not coming home with me. Trickster is in the running. Now Trickster is like probably happening. Let's put that another way. So that's one of the things I'm using a lot, but I also do a lot of Lorcus magic. So if we go like fire, death, neutral, magic, right? Because we get, I forgot about the morphoids and all that stuff. I think I could maybe do without them, but we'll think more about that. What was I wanted to look at the summoner. I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Rebellion. There he is. Yeah, fire. Yeah, I thought so. Fire, death. So I do a lot of this. Now, Moxium Rebel would be an obvious pickup. Would be huge, but price is way out of my league. And I only have this thing at level, like, I don't know, man. I think I might have it at Camouflage or something like that. Not an important card until it gets into the level 8, and I just don't have the budget for that. It'd be an important pickup, and it'd be one that I'd be looking for. You know, it's one of those where you want to look at the goldies just to see what's happening, because maybe you snag a deal, and it's that important that you need to try and find ways into a card like that. But for me, it's not happening right now. I don't have Helheim Demon, but I do, but I don't have it at a high level. 40 BCX for $7. I wonder what that would do for my Helheim. Let's see. So my Helheim is only 5 BCX. So what would another 40 do for me? You know, I'd get into that third damage output, which is its max damage output. I don't know. I don't think that card's that good. So I'm probably passing on that card. Especially for 10 mana. Firestorm could be interesting. I don't have that card maxed out. The flank is kind of a little bit whatever, but it is huge on the hit points. You gotta love that. 18, if it's Void Armor rule set condition, you know, you got 18 hit points. What's that gonna cost me? $32? I don't have the budget for it. Weaver could be cool if I moved into the next level on my Weaver, but I do also have an end of season reward claim chest, so we won't buy any reward cards. We'll just wait on that. Okay, so there's nothing actually in that context either. Nalera I'd love to have, but it's gonna be out of the price point. So that tells me we're on the right track. I think we might have made our mind up here. I think it's probably Blackmoor Trickster and a few of those Chaos Legion 1-mana monsters, the Carrion Shade and the Mycelic Morphoid. But who else do I like to do? I do play, you know, we got to look at melee. We got to look at fire, death, neutral, melee. And sneak would be interesting because I'm not sure what my sneak is, how my sneak is going to change. See, I don't think I have a Fenmore Haunt. And my Grifsey is, well, I'll earn that eventually. Goblin Soldiers out of the price point. We already decided that. Right? Yep, it is. Fenmore, what can you do for me? So I would need 400 BCX, but really 220 would be crucial. Now, the Scavenge is a gigantic upgrade, but, you know, I'm on a budget. Could I muster? No, I can tell already 220 is going to be on my price point. We're up to 31 bucks. I just feel like $31, it's better spent on the Trickster, or on that, the Blackmoor Trickster. So this is a strong contender. I would want this card. That price point's reasonable. As you can see, a lot of these are priced like around the high bid. And for all those reasons, you know, and sneak is changing dramatically as Chaos Legion moves away. But nevertheless, I'm not going to pull the trigger on that. It would eat up too much of my budget, and I don't think it fits my best foot forward. I do think the archery in conjunction with Risk Aldrath is the better for me. Okay, I can tell now because opportunity and sneak are not there. In terms of melee concerns or considerations that I would want to affordably add, I can tell that the play for me is going to be Trickster. And I am going to go back and see that Chaos. And we want to look at, it was boom, boom. The Morphoid, the 33 one right there. So for 19 cents, we're going to max out our Morphoid. And then the Carrion Shade was a slightly more, like $1.20 or something. Yeah, I mean, we got to do that. Okay, so that's it though, guys. I had $32. I'm not spending it all because I don't feel there's value out there for me. That fits my deck and my niche and my needs. I went through and I looked at key cards that were both wild as well as modern, things that would fill out needs that I have. Things that I didn't used to that I've never had and feel I probably should have. Just from a collectability standpoint, that's what I'm looking at, the Carrion Shade as well as the Mycelic Morphoid in that part of the conversation. But then as we looked at the more modern pieces, I was really looking to fill gaps that I know exist within my deck. And I understand that the meta of modern is going to evolve when Conclave moves in and Chaos moves out. And so I want to prepare for that. And yes, there's other cards I could look at. There's some important legendaries and epics, but again, my price point is limited. So for me, these are going to be the ones that I'm going to want. Blackmoor Trickster, level 10 for 24 bucks, which is pretty much the price of the low bid. Or yeah, the bid price, and the Morphoid and the Carrion Shade. So let's go ahead and do that. 32,000 DEC, and this was free money that I earned through time and effort on Coinbase. So again, check out that video on the channel if you want to know more about how to do that. But man, it's free money, and literally all you have to do is just learn about crypto, which is important for any of us who value this space. Just learn more about proof of stake or about liquidity pools or whatever the case may be, whatever they want you to do, whatever hoop they want you to jump through, and you get a few bucks to throw at your favorite project. So thanks guys for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for, dropping the like if you stuck around this late, and have an amazing day. God bless. Bye for now.